I would say my biggest struggle was definitely a lack of sleep. I had a huge issue with just not getting enough sleep, feeling drained. I did meditate for 5 minutes in the morning. I did get to sleep, or get in the bed and wind down my day by 9 p.m. I have lost 3.5 inches in my waist, and I have grown 2.5 inches in my thighs, which is a good thing for me. I definitely feel more confident and I feel like I exude that. I've been told, oh, you're glowing. I'm like, you sure I'm just not greasy today? They're like, no, like just the energy coming from you is different. My name is Lesley Brown. I am 43 years old. I am a high school athletic trainer, so sports medicine is my career. And from the start of this to now, which was 3 months, the scale kind of fluctuates between 172 and 175. I started at 177, and I have lost 3.5 inches in my waist, and I have grown 2.5 inches in my thighs, which is a good thing for me. Um, and just with the amount that I do work and the travel that comes with work, this has just really helped me to stay on track, remain accountable, always find a way, especially when there's an excuse to not do something. I feel like I've been able to maintain um, being active, even if the day doesn't seem like it's going to give me the time to be active. I've been able to make time to be active, which has yielded the results that I've been looking for when I started this program.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So even in your 40s, you're still making the changes. So what would you say then if a friend asked like what changed? Like if you had to say it in like one sentence or one phrase, like what was the big change from 3 months ago when you started till now?
The mental aspect of being on a fitness or a weight loss journey, I don't think we realize how much your mindset affects everything. Your mindset can affect your mood. Your mindset can affect your energy levels. Your mindset can affect your desire and your want. You can want something, but if your mindset is like, ugh, oh, today looks like a failure. If your mind says today's a failure, then today will be a failure. But if your mindset shifts to find a positive in the day, and that is, okay, I might not have hit my step goals, but I still moved my body and I kept on track with my nutrition. You're finding a positive. So being able to not focus on what I didn't do, but then focus on all the things I did do. I did meditate for 5 minutes in the morning. I did get to sleep, or get in the bed and wind down my day by 9 p.m. I am taking the magnesium and I am changing my sleep patterns. And so finding ways to see the good in everything, and having my mentality shift, I think was the biggest change.
That the mentality shift and different having multiple metrics of success other than just the scale, so you can see different areas that you've been improving. You can hold true to that. So obviously, you made a huge shift in the mindset. You made a huge shift in your overall change. So specifically, before we met and before we worked together, what like symptoms or struggles were you dealing with, and like what did like the day-to-day life look like before?
I would say my biggest struggle was um, definitely a lack of sleep. I had a huge issue with just not getting enough sleep, feeling drained, um, but then would push through. I had that push through mentality that I thought you're supposed to have in order to yield the results you want. And I'm, going on fumes and not doing my body, I'm basically doing my body a disservice by trying to push when I'm empty. I would say another thing I struggled with was just inflammation, just inflammation throughout my, and I have done things and to help with that. Obviously, the older we get, things change in an instant. So there could be things that okay, for the first couple years, this helped, but now that might have changed. So just always feeling Like I was stuffed in myself was kind of like a huge issue for me as well.
Hmm. Hmm. So, okay, so before meeting, you felt the inflammation, feeling
Mhm.
stuff, and obviously not feeling as comfortable as you do now in your clothes and skin. So, I mean, obviously, before you met, you tried other things. So, if you can briefly share like what you tried and why it didn't work, at least in this phase in your 40s and onward.
So the biggest, I think the number one suggestion was always intermittent fasting, which I did that before. But again, I was 29 or I was like 34. My body was different. I hadn't experienced certain things. So I tried it. I was trying it to no success. So, and again, I don't know if that also, my mindset also attributed to why that wasn't successful because I'm down on myself, like, oh, I failed. This didn't work. And now my mood changes, my energy changes. But I think being in a space where, again, focus on, even if it's one win per day, what was the win today? Okay, well, today I got 6 solid hours of sleep. No interruptions, no waking up, no nothing. Okay, cool. Next day, I hit all my hydration goals.
Mhm.
And finding little things every single day to make sure I'm hitting something, whether it's mental, hey, today we're going to take out 5 minutes while at work in the hustle and bustle, and we're going to actually do some breath work and meditation. And I really, really think that instead of just chasing after one big goal every single day, it's a small little goal. So I'm not, again, focused on today. I'm failing at hitting this big goal, but today I did hit a goal. I did hit 7,000 steps. Today I did, I made sure I hit cardio. Today I was able to increase my weight in the gym by 5 pounds on 4 exercises. So by focusing on one small goal, all that came together to put like the puzzle pieces together to where I'm hitting bigger goals and I'm not even really realizing it.
It's powerful. You mentioned there is like the incremental increase and all the small wins add up to the big wins, and now you're less focused on the huge outcomes. You just win the moments, moment by
Yeah.
moment. Well, that was one of the big things we talked about.
Yes.
So, I mean, with that being said, how has this impacted you personally, like in relationships, work life, extracurricular, like from making the decision,
Hmm.
working with us, making the shift, pouring into yourself in this way? How has that turned around into other aspects of your life?
I definitely feel like I've been more social. I'm more comfortable just in clothes outside of my normal. I wear leggings and t-shirts or leggings and sweatshirts or sweats and t-shirts to work. That's my work attire.
Mm.
And for the last couple of years, I haven't been comfortable just wearing regular clothes. So I'm like, oh, okay, that impacts my social life. And now it's like, nope, I'm way more social. I'm comfortable taking photos. I feel, again, I have more energy, even though some of my days are like 12-hour days and I'm just like, go, 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 go. But I don't feel sluggish. And what's oddly enough, my student athletes will see me at practice, got my weighted vest on, and I'm walking. Hey, just flag me down if you need me. But they see that, and it's like, oh man, Miss Leslie's making time. She doesn't have time. She's here at work, but she's gonna make time for something that she wants. And I hope it at least inspires these kids to always like, if you want something, you'll make the time, even if it's 30 minutes in a day in those
Mhm.
30 minutes, I'm going to get something done that's going to help me in the long run. So um, I just feel, I definitely feel more confident and I feel like I exude that. I've been told, oh, you're glowing. I'm like, you sure I'm just not greasy today? They're like, no, like just the energy coming from you is different. So I feel like outwardly people can tell, like, I feel better in general, just in general, I feel better. Again, even with the craziness and the hustle and bustle of my job, I'm not letting it weigh me down. So I still do. I have the energy and I'm trying to keep myself in a positive headspace because I do know that if I'm affected negatively mentally, then that can start to affect me negatively physically. So I'm just trying to keep those two connected.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Hey, making time for what matters most, which is you and your livelihood, and its direct impact. What happened like that is the
Yeah.
confidence, the glow, people noticing, and then being that example, right? Because I mean, people watch what you do more than what you say, and
Yeah.
you're living as your best self through your act, through pouring into yourself. So it's no surprise that they're noticing the confidence because what we say we want to do isn't as important as what we actually do consistently,
Yeah.
right? That confidence increases without knowing it, simply because the words you speak, your actions match up with it, and you feel more confident. Like you mentioned earlier, those little wins all add up, and those are all like chips to your confidence basket.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
for sure. That's beautiful. So, I mean, obviously, like anything, you've probably had skepticism. People who may watch and see this may also. So, from your experience, like what almost made you say no? And then how were you able to overcome that before making this shift?
I mean, I feel like there's always that piece of self-doubt. Like, I've tried this, I've tried that. Like, how is this going to be different from the last thing I tried that didn't really work? So I think you just can't let self-doubt, not even self-doubt, you just can't let doubt in general deter you from trying something, because if you don't try, you won't know if it will or won't succeed. And I could have allowed doubt to be like, "Ugh, you've tried six different things. Why is number seven going to work?" And you really don't know. It's like you could be on your ninth, 10th, 11th try of something. This might be the thing that just flips the switch. And I don't think hearing that, oh, we're going to align your mental and your physical and everything, you're like, okay, this sounds gimmicky. But I don't think we really realize that it truly all aligns. Like, if my mind is right, my body will get in line. If my body is feeling good, it's going to help me get my mind right. So it really does align. And not to get like super spiritual, but
All right, go there.
alignment in general, it's going to lead you to just goodness in general. So you're going to feel good, you're going to look good, you're going to exude goodness, which is going to attract more goodness. So positive yields positivity. So you're going to get positive results. You think positively, you're going to get positive results. You put in the work with the good attitude, you're going to get positive results. So again, I was that just fight through it. That wasn't the best mindset in the gym. Like, I'm a gym junkie, yes, but I wasn't getting the best results because I wasn't doing it because I want to be better. I was doing it because just grind it out, thug
Mhm.
it out. And that's not going to get the best out of you. I'm here because I want to be here. And I want to be here because it's a blessing to have the ability to move your body.
Mhm. Mhm.
And change your outlook on activity, change your outlook on eating, change your outlook on just being in good mental health. And you get all of that to be on one accord. And you're really going to notice the shift that you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful. The better. So, I mean, when you say the shift and the
Hmm.
shift that you want, so who are you today compared to when we started, or like what feels easier now that may used to feel like overwhelming?
I would say, again, the gym has always been easy for me. I've always loved the gym. But
Hmm.
today, because again, I think following trends and this and that, or well, when I lost a bunch of weight or I got super fit when I was 35, well, I'm 43. So being on a plan that is just best for me at my age, best for my body, best for just the pace of life that I live, I've seen more changes in 3 months than I have in the last 12 months prior to this. And I've gotten stronger, but I also look like I've gotten stronger. So I was in the gym like, oh, yeah, okay, I'm gaining strength, but I didn't necessarily look like it outwardly. And so now the changes are being able to be seen by others. Or now I'm in the mirror like, you know what? That picture from 2 weeks ago does look a little different from the picture from today. And so I'm seeing the gains, the muscle gains. I'm trimming down here and there. It's slower than I might like, or I might think that I like, but I'm chipping away at just becoming the version of myself that I want to be.
Yeah. So you're stronger. You're the version that you want to be.
Yeah.
And now talk to the sustainability aspect of it, right? Because you
Hmm.
mentioned you tried a lot of things, and then when life changed, it didn't work as effectively. So speak to the sustainability of the approach. So what specifically has you more confident and certain that the methods that you learn, the process, the transformation is something long term for yourself?
I would say because it's not just about physical. I think if this were a program that's just like, all right, we're going to get you to drop, 15 pounds in 3 months. And if that was the selling point, I think it would be very different. But if it's, hey, we need to make sure that mentally you're in this place and that physically you're in this place and that your emotions are always in check, because your program is working on all the different systems within our bodies that need to work together. That's why it's sustainable. Because again, even if it's a day where, okay, today's an off day, it's not a gym day. Today just might be a day where we're just going to go for a walk. So I'm not throwing around a bunch of weight, but mentally I'm feeling good. I'm regulating my emotions when things get overwhelming. So I know how to do that. And I'm making sure that I got, okay, my breakfast is packed, I got my lunch, I got my snacks. And again, it's making sure that everything is in order. So I think if the focus was strictly on numbers or pounds, I don't know if that's necessarily sustainable, because that's not a life. The life shift is, hey, you've got to be in a mentally stable, healthy place. You've got to be in an emotionally healthy place. And you've got to be physically healthy. And all of those together, that's like total like wellness. That's holistic wellness. Your whole self is, being cared.
Yeah, the whole self being cared for. I mean, that's what it's called, the holistic system, right? So
Mhm.
we want to cover all bases of what makes you and then who you're becoming. Because you're exactly right. I mean, the most approaches is just metrics like calorie deficit,
Yeah.
some capacity, and then scale go down. But then it doesn't account for all of you. So um,
Right.
I guess the where I want to go with this is in terms of like the support systems or what you learned inside, because it is the one-to-one, but then it's also the support. So
Hmm.
is there any direct support or any like education or things that you've learned that were like aha moments or that you didn't expect or that even you just enjoyed?
I really enjoyed the community aspect of it, just being in the group, even if it was a day where it's like, I can't really be in there talking a lot, but reading how other women's days went. You know what? Hey, today wasn't the best when it came to the food, but I did get out and walk a little bit, so I feel good there. Work was really overwhelming, but we're learning about regulating our emotions. So I did take a few minutes and just breathe and this and that, and seeing it from someone else, like, okay, I'm not the only one on the struggle bus this week. Okay, cool. Doing the challenges even where we have to add up what are our points for the day. We got to be honest. Got to, it's keeping us honest, it's keeping us accountable. um and we're able to see, what, this week wasn't the best week for me. I got a 6. I could have a 15. I only got a 6. Or, so I don't even see it as I'm competing with the other women in the group. It's every single day or every single week. It's competing with myself to be better than I was the day before, the week before. But seeing other women with that same mindset is no one is in there, I'm better than you. It's, hey, you know what? I'm proud of you. You tried. You did something. Something's better than nothing. So understanding or being in a group where people understand where you're coming from, have probably gone through some of the same hormonal shifts to where I'm super active, but this is happening or that is happening, or I'm not seeing a change here, even though I've tried X, Y, and Z. And
Mm.
to now be amongst a group of women, don't know each other, but you've got people cheering for you to do well and to succeed. Not only because they've seen it within themselves, but they've seen it within others, and they want each person who comes through to succeed as well. So like it's genuine, like you have a genuine support system of total strangers who really do want you to do well. And I think that's great. And then having just, even if it's repetitive, just seeing something that says today you might hop on the scale and you've lost 0. Tomorrow it might be up 1. The next time it might be down 3. Like it's not linear. There's ebbs and flows, and there's other ways to gauge success and to. So I think seeing that is probably the biggest help for someone like me, is knowing that I'm not just looking at the scale. There's other things. There's, like I said, little wins. Is, you know what? I knocked my hydration out the park this week. Or I really every single day hit my step goal. Like little things like that. So finding a win, even if it doesn't seem big in the grand scheme of things, a win is a win. No matter how ugly, a win is a win. And then again, having a group of people cheer you on for the smallest of wins, they're going to make it seem like it's huge. So it's really good. It's really good.
That community, that support, yeah, kind of like brings you back to like if you ever hang out like a team to support you. I mean,
Yeah.
strength is in that capacity. But then also the one-to-one support. So you're like covered on all bases there. So I mean, I guess the last thing would be is, I mean, if you hadn't said yes when you did 3 months ago, like where do you think you would have been now? So like
Probably on the same hamster wheel, being frustrated about being in a plateau. And I mean, that's the truth. Or maybe trying something else that turned out to be kind of gimmicky. But yeah, I don't know if I would have been here to where I'm seeing the results and I'm feeling the results and I'm feeling the energy and I'm actually getting sleep. Yeah. So I'm glad I said yes.
yeah, life flipped upside down in the best
Yeah.
way possible. Completely 180, yeah. So then as we close out, just speak to the woman who's in her 40s like yourself, who has a good experience with exercise, who isn't a newbie, who has the work hat on, wants to have the confidence, the social life, wants to have this flow seamless. Like what would you tell her if she was like she felt stuck or in a plateau like you did, or she was even second guessing, like, oh, should I do it? Should I not do it? Like, what would you share with her?
That is totally worth it. It's worth having, again, having that full experience, having your mentality and your mental shift, being able to truly regulate your emotions, because the world is going to keep rolling and life is going to keep throwing obstacles at you. And I feel like as women in our 40s, I don't know if we have the same resilience that we did maybe in our 20s and 30s to just keep going over the obstacles. Sometimes we might let an obstacle run us over and deter us. But I feel like learning ways to get through your emotions, deal with them in a healthy manner, and not form negative habits. And then get on or get, in a routine in the gym that truly is beneficial for where we are in our age, and then sustainable. It's so easy. It's routine. And I think it's different from what we are told we should work out like. It's very different from, I think, a lot of the gimmicky things, or make sure you're doing this and this and this and this. And again, this is going to help you focus on your whole health. It's going to get the nutrition aspect, the fitness aspect, the mental and emotional wellness is going to be tackled. And then you're just going to come out a better person.
I said it better myself. Yeah. And that's what it's all about, right? Because we just want to be better people and evolve and elevate. That's what the motto is. So evolve and elevate mentally, physically, emotionally, even spiritually when you pour into yourself in this capacity. So
Yeah.
the last thing would be in terms of saving. So how do you feel like having this process, the system, the transformation, in what ways do you think it's either saved you time, energy, or money in your personal experience?
I would definitely say time and energy for sure. I mean, obviously everything in life costs money, but
Hmm.
I'm not gonna say I didn't save money because I could have spent it on something else that just was not going to work. But again, time, I'm not having to, okay, well, what am I going to do in the gym today? Or I got to come up with a nutrition plan for the week or for the month or what, like it's the blueprint is you help us plug in the pieces and just do it. And so you don't have to think. It's laid out. You don't have to think. You don't have to question. You don't have to wonder. Just get it done. And if you, again, I'm a busy person. I can sometimes, when I'm in the grind of work, get a little aloof. So if you know yourself and if you're honest with you as a coach and saying, hey, coach, I do struggle with sometimes staying on task because I get tunnel vision on what I'm doing. So set alarms. And that's what I had to do. I had to set an alarm to eat. I'll get so busy. Hey, you haven't had lunch today. Set an alarm to eat. Set an alarm to take supplements. Set an alarm to drink water. Set an alarm to, do X, Y, and Z in order to truly succeed. So again, you're not here to just do this in the gym, eat this, the end. It's okay, what are your struggles? These are your struggles. Try this to overcome them. And you're giving us tools that it's not just about tools in the gym or tools in the kitchen. It's tools in life. And if I can point out what an obstacle is for myself and know I want to overcome that, I've got tools to overcome that because I've been able to speak about it openly. And then, oh, I remember coach said I should try this. And so now in other facets of life, I can take this and just not only become better in the gym or about my fitness and wellness, but just in other areas of life, become better and become more organized and things like that. So it's worth it. It's it's worth the money. It's not a time waster, but it's definitely it helps to carve out the perfect time to get everything done that you need to get done in order to be the best version of yourself.
Point blank, period. That's good. Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. I know as a coach, I'm always grateful to see the shift in you personally. And I always say this is just the beginning, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, 12 months that's a short period of time because you have the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s that you've built such a strong foundation that you can continue to build off of.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like I always say, you could put on all the effort and willpower if you're going down the path, but if you're going down the wrong path, then you have to turn back around and try again. But now you have the right path, you
Right.
build the momentum and continue to stack. So yeah, beautiful. All right. Gracias. Thank you very much here.
Of
I'll
course.